Hi everyone, it's Chef Crafts. Thank you for joining me today for the Global Stampin Video Hop with the theme of Christmas Papercraft. So today I'll be creating a hanging decoration using designer series paper, and for this one I'll be using the Sweetest Christmas DSP. So if you have loads of designer series paper, this project is great for you. So you'll need two strips of 5 inches by 12 inch, so 5 by 12 in two different designs, or you can use the same designs and just alternate. You're gonna cut it in half at 6 inches and then cut it in half again at 3 inches. So you should have 4 panels, 5 by 3 inches, and I'll do the same for this one. So cut it in half at 6 on the long edge, put that together and cut that again at 3 inches. So altogether we'll have 8 panels. You'll need the simplest cord for easy scoring. So on long edge on top, just score at 1/3 of an inch and 3/5 of an inch on all 8 of those. Once we have the simplest cord, this is a basic thick white card. We're going to use it as a template, and this is going to be our scoring and cutting template. So with the long edge on top, score at 1/2 an inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1/1/8 of an inch, 1.5, 2 inches, turn anti-clockwise and in half at 1/1/8 of an inch, and then on the other end 3 and 1.5. So you'll have something like that. I'll mark the areas that we'll need. So it's just easier with the simplest cord. You can use a ruler, but it's only the edges that we'll need for these. So with the panels, we're just gonna fold and stick down. So use Stampin' Seal Plus for easy adhesion. You can also use your silicone craft sheet as well. So just make sure it's nice and straight. Just add the seal and then fold that down. And do that for all of the panels. We're independent Stampin' Up demonstrators based in the UK. So if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, Belgium, or Ireland, you'll be able to purchase current Stampin' Up products from our online shop. Do use the current host code, which can be found on our website at mitosocrafts.com, to receive a handmade card from us the following month, or any extra gifts if your order qualifies in the form of tutorial bundles. Check out the description below for the product links as well as the next video in the hop. So now we have 8 folded DSPs. We're gonna alternate that. So might as well do that now. There you go. And with these, we're gonna again add them together. So we'll do it in 2s for now. In my prototype, I did do 12, but I wanted to double check that these would work okay. So again, just in the middle, add the next, and then do the same for the rest. I'm doing it this way so when we cut into the DSP, we won't have a hard time doing it, because obviously there'll be 4 layers to cut through with 2 panels. There we go. And now we will do our template. So for this one, you will need a ruler. So hopefully you can see the bottom 2, we are going to diagonal lines there. So bottom right to the first one on the right, and then the next one up, so the middle mark to the center line on top. Do the same on the left hand side. So first one on the left, second one in the middle, and on the top in the middle. Now there's a couple of score lines here, so we're gonna create something like this. There you go. So where the first line, we're going to diagonal line there. So from there to the top, we're just gonna go diagonal to the next score line, and then from that corner to the right hand side. So we're actually gonna cut this off, all of that. Okay, so we'll do the same for the left. So from the first score line where it hits the diagonal line, line that up to the top mark, create a line just up to the next score line, and then again just join that up with the middle mark, no, the first mark, and we are just going to cut that off. So we now have a template for our panels. There you go, and cut that up. Of course, you can just freehand cut all of the panels, DSP, but if you're like me, you'd probably prefer something to have as a template. So now that's done, we are gonna just use the template. So most of it should be okay. So starting from the right, just make sure it's butted up, and I'm just gonna mark the joints. So in the corner there, you can do that long line, because if you're using paper snips, it's quite a small cutting area. So we'll do the same for the rest. Again, just butting up along the edge. You can draw all around if preferred, or just do different areas. And it's better to use thick or even the backing of the DSP. So now that we have our panels drawn on, we're just gonna cut every single one. So now that we have these, we're just gonna add each one on top of the other. So again, seal plus along the middle, hold that down and then add the next one in the middle, across. If you do get extra ones, just fold it up. And final one. And there we go. So that is the decoration. Just pull it out because it will be slightly tight. And this is how you can get away with just doing 2, 4, 8 panels. And then you can either just stick that down and you're done, add a string. But if you want to have it folded to put it away, I've got a piece of thick basic white here. What we'll do is we'll just add a pierce on the middle, maybe make it bigger as well with the take a pick tool. About 7" of the Simply Elegant trim, fold it in half and feed that through, and then add glue dot to hold it in place. And then another glue dot on top. So add mini glue dot there and just glue the end. Place that along the middle. Keep that in place. And you will need a smaller hole punch. So once you've got that, pull that out and then just make sure, so it will buckle like that, but once it's up, just eyeball where the trim is and then make a mark. Okay, and then we're just gonna use the hole punch and we're just gonna punch that through. Again, it's a little bit tight, but once it is in, you can just shape it and flatten it. Okay, you could also create a cut mark on the side to keep that in place. So just add a cut mark. Just be careful of where your trim is. And once that's up, you can just insert that in along the cut mark to keep that in place. Here is my hanging decoration for the Global Stampin Video Hop. With the 8 panels, it's probably better if you just stick that down, but you can't save it and keep it flat for next time. Because if you start playing around with it, it does start tearing on the edges there. So just be aware of that. Now I did do a larger version or with more panels. This is an 12 panel decoration, so it does give you a bit more wiggle room when you are creating or fixing them together. And that one still folds flat, and because it's loose on the middle, it does change its shape as well, so you can have it like that if you prefer, or have it as a table decoration, I guess. But that is the 12 panel ones. And I also created a really small one, but this one again has got 12 panels of DSP, and that's actually too much for this size. So what I've done is pinch a couple of the different panels together, so then you can see the star a bit more. And that one was done with 2 inches by 2 1/4 once all of the panels have been folded. So starting off with 2 by 5 inches instead of 3 by 5 inches. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy these and try it for yourself. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more paper craft and card making inspiration. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time, bye!